What's up, guys? It's Animosity. I've decided to start making educational videos for Kled and top lane, but mostly Kled, because obviously I made him, and I want to help other cut players in lane, and just tips and tricks and stuff and guides, because I don't really see much about Kled out there, currently at least. So I would appreciate if you could leave feedback in the video, whether you liked it, whether you didn't, what worked, what didn't, and yeah. So this video we're going to be talking about 2 or 3 wave crash into jungle invade. What this is you hard push the first 2 waves or 3 waves depending on what you think the jungle path is, or what the laner is, like what you can do as your champion, and then invading into the jungle where you meet them at their either blue buff or red buff depending what side they're on, and you kill them because you are Kled with full HP, should have like relatively high or full HP, and especially if you bring Ignite, it's very good. And usually junglers lose a little bit of HP when they're jungling, depending on who it is. So yeah, this doesn't work all the time, and this also isn't Kled specific, but many players don't know that Kled is able to do this, so I am going to explain it. I have done this many times in my games, and it has worked. I'd say 90% of the time that I've done this, it works because they do not expect it. So you see here, I'm facing a Yorick, and obviously Kled counters Yorick very hard. So how do I get an advantage early game in order to kill him over and over again? Well, I don't know where Lee started. Bot showed first, and Yorick's in lane, but I 2-wave crash anyway because I want to try to deny Yorick minions when it bounces back. So I 2-wave crash. Look at me, he won't walk up because I'm Kled, can't trade with me. And the HP bar is full. After I crash this wave, I'm going to go to Lee Sin's blue buff. Now we didn't have wards, so it would help if you put a ward like here, where my cursor is level 1, so you can see when he actually comes. Because if he doesn't come, or then maybe sometimes you'll be wasting time. But I didn't put a ward here, so I just guess. I go look. Usually I 2-wave crash and put a ward anyway, just so I can see where the jungler is, and that's how I don't die a lot in lane. That's how I have so few deaths and why my KD is high. My laning phase is very safe. So this is just something you can do. But anyways, I walk here. The wave is crashed, mind you. The third wave is always going to be the cannon wave. So I show up at his blue buff. I played this wrong. I could have denied him level 30 here. But I start E and Q. You can start W, but they have flash, obviously. So once they're low, you want to E them, so you can follow them wherever they go if they flash. And Lee Sin also has wards and a dash, so whatever. I start E. You can go W second. Doesn't matter. Just depends. Now here's the thing. Yorick has to make the decision to either help his jungler or push the wave and then come help. And Lee Sin might die. Who knows? Because when I 2-wave crash, the wave bounces. It's gonna go back into my tower. Look at the minions that he's about to lose here. He's about to lose all this and maybe even the cannon by trying to help. So even if I don't end up killing the jungler, he loses a lot of minions while I don't lose that much. And I know that I'm stronger than Lee Sin early game. Because I'm Kled and I have Ignite. High HP, early damage is pretty good. So I kind of messed this up a bit, but I still end up killing both of them. Let's watch what happens. I completely failed the flash. He dashes over the wall, blah blah. Let's actually go back and watch that. Yeah. Like, he's half HP by the time blue buff is dead. And just a note, if the jungler is pathing top, usually they'll be here at around 240. That's like average, depending on where the jungler is. Sometimes they'll three camp into bot lane. But yeah, get him low, fail flash. I played this really bad. I dismount, I Q, auto attack back off, so his auto doesn't hit me. And then as soon as I go in, as soon as I kill Lee Sin, I level up, instantly level up W. First Yorick down. Boom. I'm now up 2 kills. Lee Sin's clear timers and just clear in general is messed up. And look at this wave. Crashing into me. He's gonna have to waste TP here. I back safely. I miss like 3 to 4 minions because Yorick can't clear waves that well, especially since he has D shield. So this is basically the strat. You can do 2-wave crash, 3-wave crash, remember, depending on where you think the jungler is. And as you get better at tracking jungle and just different jungle champions, you'll be able to know when exactly they'll be at, red or blue buff. I think this strat works better on red side just because of this huge wall they have to go around. While if they're here at tower, they can just walk down here, But yeah, that's what this is. And just a reminder that this is not Kled specific. So this works on champs like Olaf, Darius, people who have a strong level 1. Even if they don't have a strong level 1, if you bring Ignite or something, it works really well if you know you can beat the champion. And also, this will not work on all champions in the jungle. So if their jungler has a strong early game, strong duel, you will not want to go invade. You can put a ward still. That's what the 2-wave crash mostly is for. Most of my games, I still 2-wave crash anyway, just so I can put a ward. But if it's a hard matchup, I can't 2-wave crash. That's fine. Whatever, I'll put ward, tribush, whatever, just to see, just so I can be safe. And so now I will show you 2 other clips where I did the same exact strat. Okay, so here we see in this video, I didn't get the full clip of when I started Invade because patch came out, couldn't save the replay, forgot to. But I end up 2-wave crashing on a set. Usually that shouldn't happen, really, because Set is a strong duelist, but I don't know why he let it happen. So I 2-wave crash him, invade jungle. I know Pantheon would be topside this game because we saw them. We saw bot start, or not, we saw bot leash. And Pantheon isn't exactly the strongest jungle in terms of 1v1 because, he doesn't bring longsword. He brings jungle item. So he's going to be a bit weaker. And his clear is all right. So I know he'll be decently like half HP-ish, which he is here. So we watch the clip. How do I play this? Play it. Yeah, this one was not as bad as the set one. My Lee Sin was kind of trolling me here. He should have came, but like he backed off and then came back, and then like I don't know, whatever. So I have E up, Q up, Ignite. I know I can kill him once he comes. He's so low. He's actually trolling this. E, Q, Jason, boom, he's dead. He flashes away. Not flashing. He tries to walk away. I dismount. And then I get red buff. And I slow him. I'll play them there. But yeah. This is another example. Obviously they trolled and didn't use their abilities properly. But this is still a good example of what can happen. And yeah. So now the next clip I'll show you is of me doing Darius, which is much easier to pull off. So in this clip, once again, I didn't save the entire replay, but I'm Darius. I'm against Garen, who I hard counter. So I 2-wave crash, look for Evelyn. We know she starts bot because we saw them. We had a ward there, and also it's very likely that Evelyn starts. Red buff. Honestly, she should have path bought this game, but um, whatever. That doesn't really matter in this circumstance. So a 2-wave crash, I invade. It's so easy to do on Darius because usually as on Darius you bring Ghost, and you're very strong 1v1. Like almost no one can beat you, especially when you're at full HP and the jungler's like been hitting camps and stuff. There she is. I see her. I place a ward because I thought she would back off, but then she goes back in and try to clear it. So I run at her. She obviously trolled here, didn't use flash, but yeah, end up killing her. And boom, I screwed her over, and our Lee Sin ends up taking her blue. Her pathing, her jungle clear pathing is fucked. I've put her behind, and I don't miss much minions top lane because once again, 2-wave crash, and yeah. So um, yeah, that's the 2-wave crash strategy, 2-3 wave crash. I mostly do 2-wave. You can do 3-wave. It doesn't matter. But usually by the time you clear 2 waves, they'll be at their buff. So this is the strat, and it's something I use a lot. It's something that's very good on Kled, especially if you bring Ignite. Helps you snowball very hard. And yeah, that's really it. Thanks for watching. Leave some feedback in the comments. Let me know if this helped, and I'll see you guys later.